Good morning, everybody. Welcome out to Savage Field, where the Wildcats are taking on the 2013 Intimidators from Muskogee, Oklahoma. Starting things off for the Intimidators will be Bryceland. Corey Burson in the circle this morning for the Wildcats. Wildcats with 4 games today. This would be the first one. Of course, we lucked out and got that 8 o'clock game, right? Nice pretty day, though, here at Savage Field. First pitch tapped foul for strike one. Intimidators coming in from Muskogee. Wildcats with a 9-3-1 record. Pitch is high and outside for ball one. 1-1 count here to Bryceland. Wildcats play 4 games today. This is the first one. They'll have a 9:30, then a 2 and a 5. Ball hit to the shortstop, Kyler Taylor. Taylor makes the clean throw over to first for out number 1. So there's out number 1 for the Wildcats. Here comes Bella. First pitch on the way here to Bella. Strike one call for Burson. Pretty fields here at Savage. Dirt fields. They've rounded them up pretty nice. Looks like we've got some fresh plowing. Of course, Oklahoma, anywhere from 8 to 10 inches of rain across the state these past couple of weeks. Outside pitch called for a ball there to Bella. But the fields look good, dirt fields here at Savage Park. I don't really see any standing water or mud, although when I went to throw something away, there was a lot of rain in the trash can. Inside pitch called for a strike 2. So whoever has to dump that trash can the first time, whoo, that is going to be unpleasant. I mean, it's probably 2 feet of water. Yeah, it's a lot. That one's a little bit too high for a ball. 2-2 the count here to Bella. It's too low for a ball. Hadley stopping things behind the plate for game number 1. Hadley French, the catcher today. Corey Burson in the circle for the Wildcats. Foul ball hit out of the field. We'll have to get that one back. Get the ball back in here. Pitch on the way here. Swung on and missed for strike 3 and out number 2. Sadie Lanier playing first base. Payson Mormon in the 2 slot. Kyler Taylor's over there at shortstop. Elena at third. Devin is in left. Crossley Marple in center field. Foul ball hit. Strike 1. And then Hallie Williams over there in right field today. So that's the lineup for the Wildcats. That one's too high for a ball. This is Morris batting. Strike call on the outside corner for Burson. 1 ball, 2 strikes here, the count. Ball hit over the first baseman. It will stay fair ball. So Hallie Williams going to come get it, make the cutoff. Actually, Payson Mormon's going to jump out and hold her at first there. So nice play from the Wildcats.
18, Miller.
So here comes Brooke Miller. Two outs here for the Wildcats, no score. Game time is 7:55 today. These games are 70 minutes long, drop dead. There's strike one. Outside pitch called for a ball. Pitch on the way here. Foul tipped it over to her own dugout. Sadie Lanye with a fantastic catch for out number 3. Sadie with some wheels on the move there makes the out for the Wildcats. So the Wildcats go 3 up, 3 down. Leading off for the Wildcats will be Kyler Taylor, followed by Crossley Marple, KJ Johnson, Hadley, Elena, Payson, Corey, Sadie, Devin, and Hallie.
Now taking the Oklahoma Intimidators.
So the Wildcats lined up and ready. As I mentioned, this is the first of 4 games today for the Wildcats. Tournament here at Savage Park in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Wildcats play this morning. They will play again at 9:30. Then they will play at 2. And then they will play at 5. So 4 games today. That'll all be pool play games. These games are 70 minutes long. Drop dead at 7:55 was the game time start. So basically what that means is the second that we have played 70 minutes, game is over. They call the game whether you're batting, whether you're hitting, whether you're running, all of the above. So Kyler Taylor will get ready to start things off for the Wildcats. So Taylor will step in and get ready here. Foul tip back for strike one. Pitch on the way here to Taylor. Outside for a ball. Wildcats come in on the season 9-3-1.
There you go, Kyler.
Most of the team stayed up here last night, so they didn't have to get up quite as early today. Swung on and missed from Taylor there. Wildcats were here by 7 to warm up for an 8 o'clock game. That one's in the dirt for a ball to Taylor. 2 strikes, 2 balls. No score here.
There you go, Kyler.
Swung on and missed by Taylor for strike 3 and out number 1. Here comes Crossley Marple for the Wildcats.
Hey, watch the ball. Here we go, kid.
So Marple will step in and get ready. First pitch on the way is swung on and hit right to the third baseman. She tries to get a glove on it but doesn't, so Marple is safe on one. Here comes Kinsley Johnson for the Wildcats. So Marple over there on 1 with 1 out for the Wildcats. KJ gets ready to step in.
Kid, let's go.
First pool play game here today for the Wildcats. Beautiful day here in Tulsa after all the rain we've had. That one's way too high for a ball. I mean, biblical rains is what we're calling them in Oklahoma. Biblical, like Noah called and he wants his vibe back rains type situation. But it's pretty here today. Outside pitch too high for ball 2. 52 and sunny, looking for a high of 69 today. Low of 49 a little bit later tonight. Tomorrow when the Wildcats play, also going to be nice. High of 70, and Monday, high of 73. So some nice spring weather. She'll hit that one down the third baseline. It's going to roll, and I believe this will get Marple all the way around. KJ standing up on 2. She decides to keep going. She'll get the ball into third and arrive safely for a stand-up triple from KJ.
Hadley.
So 1 run gets across the plate for the Wildcats. So here comes Hadley French for the Wildcats. Wildcats now lead 1-0 from the triple from KJ. So here comes Hadley. Bunt hit to Hadley. Yeah, she gets it. She was like, did it hit me? And she called it a foul ball. So she's got it. So runners on the corners for the Wildcats. Hadley French over there on first. KJ on third in scoring position. Wildcats on top 1-0 so far, playing the Intimidators today. Uh-oh. Coach is going to come out and holler at the umpire, and he's not having it today, folks. We've been there when they are having it. This guy is not having it. We're not having it. No, he's like, listen, I had to be here at 7. You can just step on back to the dugout. I think they're trying to discuss whether if it hit her or hit the bat or hit her arm. Either way, it hit her, so she's on first base. Not sure we want to waste all the time talking about this, but that's what she's doing, so we're going to hang out a little bit. We'll take this opportunity to say thank you to a couple of our Wildcat sponsors today. If you're looking for a fun and dynamic environment where your kiddo can learn cheerleading, build confidence, make lasting friendships, they love tumbling and dancing, Cheers OKC. Whether you're just starting out or a seasoned athlete, they've got great coaches over there that will help your kiddo develop their skills and take their talents to the next level. Plus, they do really good tournament fun. They get to go to a lot of places, so that's fun. So cheersokc.com for more information on that. I believe we got everything squared away now. And here comes Elena Driscoll for the Wildcats after some lengthy conversations with the umpire and the Intimidator coach.
There you go, Elena.
So Driscoll steps in to get ready with runners on the corners. That one's too high for a ball. Hadley easily takes 2 on a stolen base. So now both runners in scoring position, second and third for the Wildcats. KJ on third, Hadley back there on 2. Elena Driscoll in the box. Outside pitch called for a strike. I appreciate the umpires today. Got a good strike zone, it looks like so far. Calling inside corners, outside corners, which certainly helps us, as you know. That's what our pitchers are taught to do, is hit the corners.
Good.
Bunt gets away from the catcher. Will be pulled back in time for a ball. One ball to Driscoll. Bunt will go foul and over the plate for a strike.
There you go, Elena.
Whoop. That one went off her foot for a ball. That happens sometimes. 2-2 the count.
I know. Here's the slip on.
Outside pitch for a ball.
I'm so happy.
So that will be ball 4 as Driscoll will take a walk. Here comes Payson Mormon. She'll foul that one off to the dugout.
Here we go, Payson.
Wildcats on top 1-0. 1 out. Bases loaded here for Paymore. That one's too high for a ball. One the count here to Payson.
Let's go, Payson.
Outside pitch for a ball 2, excuse me. Wildcats facing off against the Oklahoma Intimidators. Game time started at 7:55 this morning. She said she went for strike 2.
Here you go, kid.
2-1 pitch on the way here to Payson. Outside for ball 3. Catcher throws over to third. KJ's safe in time.
Oh, man. Swift lightning out there.
Full count here to Paymore. There's strike 3 call for out number 2. Here comes Corey Burson for the Wildcats.
Here we go, Corey.
So Corey will step in and get ready.
Let's go, Corey.
2 outs for the Wildcats. They lead 1-0. Foul tipped over to the dugout of the Intimidators for strike 1. Bases loaded here for Corey.
Haley. The gloves.
Foul tip back once again. Burson sporting her new Bruce Bolts, courtesy of Mimi and Pappy, I believe they've said. So shout out to Mimi and Pappy on the Bruce Bolts.
Here you go, Corey.
Ball hit over to second base, scooped up. Tagged at second, and that will be out number 3 for the Wildcats. Is it just one what?
One run.
Yes, I believe so, yeah.
All that.
So the Wildcats coming out to play some defense here. Burson back in the circle. I believe Stanfield is going to lead off for the Intimidators. Once again, game time 7:55. 70-minute games, drop dead. I can't lift it for you. You have to open the top.
I forgot that you had it. I was asking if you wanted it.
No. You can. There's a lot of stuff in there. So the Wildcats coming on back. So I mentioned pretty day today. It's about 52, and you guys can see the trees in the background. Do you see how they're barely moving? It's pretty exciting, being as the last games we played were at Chickasha when all that wind was blowing at 50 miles an hour. So I took out all of my equipment. It was covered with a thin dust, red dirt dust, if you will.
Dysentery later.
Yep, so I had to shake all that stuff out, but today we do not see the dust flying. It's nice out here.
33, Paxton Stanfield.
So here comes Paxton Stanfield. We're sitting right by the speaker, so you guys can probably hear who's coming up to bat. This is a popular walk-up song for girls from Oklahoma at this point.
Hadley. Hey.
1-0 the score. Pitch on the way here to Stanfield. Called strike
Nice
one,
pitch.
inside quarter from Burson. Inside pitch, called low and away for ball one. 1-1 the count here to Stanfield. Ball hit down the middle. Marple can't catch it as it lands in for a base hit. She gets it in quickly.
Number 99, River Robinson.
Here comes Robinson. Bunt laid down. Will roll foul. Hadley picks it up quickly.
Good job, Hadley.
So Robinson will come on back. One the count here. Too high for a ball. Runner takes off to 2. French makes it, and they're going to call her safe, but a good throw from Hadley French for the runner at 2. Kyler does a good job making the cutoff in the tag.
Go, Hadley.
Pitch called too high for a ball. Pitch too high for a ball. 3-1 the count here to Stanfield, or excuse me, Robinson. There's a strike. Full count. Wildcats on top 1-0. Strike 3 called. Out number 1.
Number 00, Kyla Scantlin.
Here comes Kyla Scantlin. 2 Scantlins on the team, so guessing they're twin sisters or cousins or friends, who knows. Pitch on the way is inside for a ball.
Good job, Hadley. Good job.
Hadley comes back to get it quickly, and Burson covers the plate, so no runs able to get across, but there are runners on third. Scoring position for the Intimidators. One out. Swung on and missed. One the count here. Kyla. Pitch on the way from Burson. One's too high for a ball. A little sketchy driving in from Oklahoma City this morning with the sun blazing in your eyeballs. Lots of construction on the way here, but the sun, I have ridiculously sensitive eyes, so I had like 3 pair of sunglasses on and my visor down. Blocking the sun, coming over the hill, but it's nice to see the sun for a minute. It's too high for a ball. It's been raining quite a bit in Oklahoma. just kind of laid off yesterday. It was the first day we didn't see a lot of rain. Some parts of the state still got a couple of inches yesterday, but we pretty dry in Oklahoma City yesterday in the Tulsa area. 3-1 count here. Strike call. So full count. Scantlin's going to have to swing the bat today. One out for the Wildcats. They lead 1-0. High pop fly. Hadley has a chance. Misses that one.
Good try, Hadley. There you go, Hadley. Let's go.
Full count here to Kyla. That one's almost again. Hadley with a diving good effort. So nice hustle from Hadley. She'll have to come on back. Come on. Scantlin shaking her hand. That one probably hit the barrel of the bat. A little bit of pain there when it hits back on you. Foul tips that one again. Hadley gets that one, though. She got it. It was off the fence. It didn't count, but she got it. Good hustle. Full count once again. Wildcats on top 1-0. Swung on and missed. So Corey wins the battle with out number 2 for the Wildcats.
Number 9, Emily Tarwater.
Here comes Emily Torritter. Intimidators bat 11. Swung on and missed there for strike number 1 to Emily. So kind of in the middle of the lineup right now for the Intimidators. Still have 1, 2, 3, 4 more batters in the lineup after Emily. Swung on and missed. Helped us out on that one, as that one bounced before the plate. Her coach says, Emily, what? What are you doing? Wildcats on top 1-0, 2 outs. There's strike 3 and out number 3. So no runs for the Intimidators after 2 innings. Wildcats will have an opportunity here, bottom of the second, to bat around, see what they come up with. Right now they lead 1-0. Wildcats playing all day today. This is a 5-game guarantee tournament here at Savage Field, so they will play at 8. They will play at 9:30. They will play at 2, and they will play at 5. And then based on those 4 games, that will determine where they are seated tomorrow for the bracket play games. Just a heads up, I will not be here tomorrow. I will not be here. I am traveling to D.C. My flight leaves in the morning. Games will still be streamed, but you will have to, if you want to follow along on Game Changer, that will show you who's batting and the score. If you follow along on YouTube, you don't see much. So if you can, I'll try to put both links up before I leave for Game Changer and for YouTube, and the game time on the Facebook page to keep everybody updated. But I'm going up to Washington, D.C. tomorrow. It's part of the National Association of Farm Broadcasters. We're going to go meet with all of our legislators in D.C. Going to go over to USDA. Going to have a night tour of the Capitol, so that'll be cool. Get to meet with our Ag Secretary, Brooke Rollins, and our EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin, so we'll be doing that. Then I'm going to try to hang out with some Oklahoma legislators just to make sure they kind of have a pulse on what our farmers and ranchers are asking for throughout the state. So should be pretty fun. It's always iffy in Washington this time of year for weather. You can't really tell whether you should pack a coat or a bathing suit. It's kind of like Oklahoma in that form. Here comes Sadie Lanier for the Wildcats. She will lead off. It's Sadie, Devin, and Hallie rounding out the lineup for the Wildcats. Wildcats on top 1-0.
There you go, Sadie.
So here comes Lanier. That one's called for strike one. Outside pitch called for strike two on the corner. So Lanier gonna have to swing around here. 0-2 the pitch count here to Lanier. She'll hit that one over to second base. Scooped it up, thrown, and she is out number one there. Here comes Devin Poff. One out for the Wildcats. They lead 1-0. Too high for a ball. Devin will lay off that one. Swung on and missed. 1-1 the count here to Devin. One out. Wildcats lead 1-0. Game time 7:55. 70 minutes long today. Outside pitch for a ball.
There you go, Deb.
2-1 count. Pitch swung on and missed from Poff. Strike two. That one's low and in the dirt for ball three. Full count here to Devin.
Take a breath. You got it, Deb.
Outside pitch for ball four, and Devin will take a walk. Here comes Hallie Williams. So Hallie Williams rounding it out. The lineup for the Wildcats here with one out, one on.
There you go, Hallie.
Foul tip back for strike one. Making contact there.
There you go, Hallie.
Inside pitch too low for a ball. 1-1. Strike two called. Does anyone know what red umpires versus blue umpires means? Is it age or is it just preference? Or can you wear red or blue? You know, you usually say, hey, blue, and you're trying to talk to blue, but today we'd have to say, hey, red. And I don't know if they'd answer to hey, red. I don't think they would. There's strike three, and Williams will go down watching. Back to the top of the lineup we go with two outs and Kyler Taylor leading off.
Tyler.
Do you remember? I don't remember what did Kyler do her first at bat.
Go, Kyler.
2 outs. Bunt laid down by Taylor will roll foul. Runner on first over there is Devin, who arrived on a walk. Now Taylor with 1 strike on her. Those are loud airplanes today. It's a jet. Outside pitch called for strike 2. I appreciate it. I would much rather the strike zone be large than small. Those are airplanes. Strike 3 called, and that would be out number 3 for the Wildcats. Loud jets going over right now. I feel like they're just getting louder. Are they coming here to land? I mean, what's happening? Are they landing here on the field? If they get too close, somebody tell me to move. All right, I believe the jet planes have passed over us now. We're playing on the field, if you're the catcher, that looks directly into the sun. I don't know if we switch fields after this, or is this kind of the field we play on? Because we play right after this, so I'm assuming we won't switch this time. May have to switch by the time we go to our 2 o'clock game. But I'm guessing that we'll stay right here. It's good for the pitcher. Not terrible for the catcher because they've got a helmet on. It kind of blocks the sun. But pitching into the sun, not super fun. Yeah, and we may end up doing it later. Who knows? Good news is we have a lot more sun right now. It's daylight savings time, whichever one we're in.
Number 3, Cambry Tabor.
Here comes the pitcher, Cambry Taylor, for the Intimidators. First pitch on the way to Cambry. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch on the way. Strike 2 called on the outside corner. Oh, 2 pitch on the way. That one's a little too high for a ball. Bottom 4 in the lineup here for the Intimidators. That was too high for a ball. Wildcats on top 1-0. Top of the 3rd here.
Nice.
Strike 3 call, out number 1.
Number 16.
Last 4 batters for the Intimidators have all struck out. We'd like to keep that going here with Williams. Swung on and missed there. Ball hit to second base. Not sure what happened there. Sadie ran over to get the ball, but then nobody was covering the base, so she will arrive safely on one. Here comes Griffin. One out. Runner on first for the Intimidators. Bunt laid down will be a foul ball for strike number one. One out, 1-0 the score with Griffin in the batter's box. Ball hit to third base. Elena Driscoll makes the long throw to one for out number 2. Runner will advance there to third.
Number 24, Kaylee Scantlin.
Here comes Kaylee Scantlin. So we have Kaylee and Kyla. Last batter for the Intimidators with 2 outs. That one's too high for a ball. One ball here. Whoop, hit her in the leg. So she'll arrive on a hit by pitch.
Number 12, Bryceland Weedle.
Bryceland back up to bat. This is the top of the lineup with 2 outs for the Intimidators. Bryceland thrown out by Kyler Taylor, her first at bat, shortstop. She'll hit that one foul for strike one.
There you go, Corey.
Foul tips that one. This one out. Going to hit the net there, or the tent, roll back, and then hit somebody. Opportunity to hit someone twice there. Once when it came out, once when it rolled off. 2 strikes. Too high for a ball. High pop fly. Lanier's got a shot at it. Got it for out number 3. So the Intimidators stay at 0. Going to the bottom of the third here with the Wildcats leading 1-0. I believe Crossley Marple will lead things off for the Wildcats, followed by KJ, Hadley, Elena, and Payson. First game of 4 today. Wildcats supposed to play last weekend in Chickasha, and we got rained out. As we mentioned, there's been a lot of rain. That was kind of the start of the biblical rains we received last weekend. We've had a lot of rain the past 2 weeks in the state. Good rains, though. Wheat farmers needed it for sure. Cotton farmers thinking about planting season, so good rains. And, of course, we're getting into the dry season. A lot of the state of Oklahoma was in a pretty big drought before these biblical rains happened, so that'll kind of set us up good for the summer months with full ponds and good hay and grass, wheat pasture. Game time 7:55. is currently 8:42. These games are 70 minutes long. Once the game time expires, the game will expire.
Let's go, Nines. Hey,
Marple in and ready.
fly the ball. Fly the ball.
So Marple steps in to get ready, leading things off for the Wildcats. That one's too low for ball one.
There you go, kid.
One ball, no strikes here to Marple. Outside pitch called for a strike. 1-1. She may have to scoot a little bit closer to the plate for that one.
There you go, babe.
She'll hit that one right between shortstop and third base for a base hit. Almost decides to go to two, but holds up. Here comes Hadley French. Hadley hit by a pitch, her first at bat. So Marple there on first.
Let's go, KJ.
Sorry, this isn't Hadley, this is KJ. KJ with a base hit to left, triple for her first at bat. So KJ going to step back in, looking for the same.
There you go, kid.
She got one down the third base line that rolled all the way to the fence. That one's going to hit her in the leg, so she'll arrive on a hit by pitch.
Dad irritated.
Dad's irritated by this. So two runners on. Now here comes Hadley. Hadley also hit by pitch, so we'll see if we keep it going. We're walking it off, Stillman.
That's worse than walking. It's worse than getting walked.
I mean, I feel like it's expected at this point.
Come on, KJ, let's go!
There we go. For you guys that have been missing Stillman screaming, he's back today.
Drove through the night.
Drove. He's a Cyndi Lauper song. Drove all night, waiting to happen. Or Celine Dion, whichever you prefer. High pitch inside for ball one. Throw to two. But it was to the just directly to the shortstop. She wasn't really covering the bag there.
I was hoping
What?
she'd go.
So here comes Hadley.
There you go, Hadley.
She went, he says.
That's fair.
1-1 the count. There's strike two. That was a good one. Runners on first and second for the Wildcats. Marple back there on two. KJ on one. Swung on and missed for strike three and out number one.
There you go, Lena.
Here comes Elena Driscoll. She took a walk her last at bat.
There you go, Lena.
Outside pitch called for strike one. Runner advances to third. Marple gets there. Slides in. So Driscoll looking for one here with runners in second and third. Scoring position for the Wildcats. We'll take a couple of more. One out. Inside for a ball.
There you go, Lena.
Driscoll will step back in. 1-1 pitch on the way. Outside for strike two on the corner.
Go, Lena. Good.
Too low for ball two. 2-2 the count now. Driscoll gets ready. Bottom of the third here. Outside, too high for a ball. Full count to Driscoll. Catcher for the Intimidators, not afraid to throw. She's thrown a couple to second, couple to third. Thankfully, have not resulted in any outs as the Wildcats have been paying attention. That one's too low for ball 4, and Driscoll will take her second walk of the day. Here comes Paymore. Payson came up short with a strikeout, her first at bat. Now she's got the bases loaded with a big opportunity here. 1 out, too high for a ball. Marple in scoring position on third, KJ back there on 2, and Driscoll on first. Swung on and missed, 1-1 the count.
There you go, Payson.
She'll hit a pop fly over second. It is caught for out number 2.
There you go, Corey.
Here comes Corey. Corey hit to second her last at bat and got thrown out. Ball hit over to first this time. She's going to run it out for out number 3. So the Wildcats leave 3 stranded out there.
Hustle, cross, let's go.
So Lanier will lead things off for the Wildcats when we come back. 8:50 the time, 7:55 game time. $70 minutes. Noticeably absent today, as you guys will see, is Peyton Johnson. The last time we played, I think a couple of weeks ago, PJ hit 2 grand slams, and in the first grand slam she hurt her hand, which resulted in a broken finger. So she is still she's in a soft cast now, I believe. She's getting to start doing a few things, but we're going to have to kind of heal that up and work our way back into things. PJ is a starting catcher for the Wildcats who's missing today. So if you guys are wondering, that's where Peyton's at. But hopefully on the mend and will be joining us over the next few weeks. Wildcats will be playing in the C-State tournament next weekend. Have not heard where. That's one of those that's just kind of around the metro area. They divide the fields, so you usually on Wednesday before you play on that Saturday, they tell you where you're going to play, whether it's in the Moore area, the Mustang area, different places around the city. So we'll keep you updated on that. This is game number 1 for the Wildcats today. Bottom of the third. Wildcats on top 1-0. Some scoring opportunities, but have left a couple of base runners stranded here today. Wildcats with only 10 players today. We're going to have a pickup player that didn't end up working out, so we're playing with 10. So we have 1 Wildcat setting out. This is Bella. Bella struck out her first at bat. Burson looking for the same this time. Pitch hit over to Sadie Lanier, but nobody's covering the bag once again. So the Wildcats are going to have a talk about it because this is the second time this has happened. So Coach Driscoll is not thrilled with that. So Coach Driscoll wants to talk about what we're supposed to do in that situation. It's happened twice. So he's kind of going over the dynamics there. We got it figured out, and this will bring Morris up to bat. She had a base hit into far right field, her first at bat. So Morris is ready here, but we got somebody tying their shoe. Now we're ready. Both teams wearing their pinstripes today. Was too high for a ball. Runner gets to 2. Throw is made, not in time by Hadley. Intimidators with their navy and orange pinstripes. Wildcats with their red and navy pinstripes. Ball hit into right field once again, way past Williams, and this is going to for sure score some runs. It's Williams all the way back on the fence, hits her cutoff, which is Mormon there at second. So triple, stand-up triple for Morris. That's going to bring up Brooke Miller. Miller hit it to Sadie Lanier, her first at bat, and got thrown out. Top of the 4th. High pop fly. Out of the, well, it's going to stay in, but bounce off the fence, so not really catchable there. 1-1 is the score now. Pitch on the way here to Miller. That one will roll foul for strike 2. Two strikes here on Miller. No outs. Tie ball game. Swung on and missed for strike 3 and out number 1.
Number 33, Paxton Stanfield.
Here comes Paxton. Runner there on third for the Intimidators. Ball hit over to Burson. Again, nobody's at first base, and now we overthrow first base. So Mormon's going to have to get it, and 1 run will for sure come across the plate as she's rounding 2 now. So what should have been an easy out ends up being a triple. And now the Wildcats trail with only 1 out.
Number 99, River Robinson.
Here comes River Robinson. River struck out her first at bat. Wildcats trail 2-1 with a runner on third. Ball gets past the catcher. We should be able to get this one, but we drop the ball, so she is also safe, and run number 3 scores. Three to 1 now the score. River Robinson still the batter. 3-1 now the score.
There you go, Corey.
Outside pitch for a strike 1 from Burson. I believe this game's going to end at 9:05. So we have a few minutes here. Wildcats going to have to get another at-bat opportunity to catch up. Swung on and missed. Strike 2.
They can't leave all those batters on base. That's twice said bases loaded.
Outside pitch for a ball, too high. 1-2 the count here. Strike call. That's it. Out number 2.
Number 00, Kyla Scatlin.
Here comes Kyla. Kyla struck out her first at bat. 2 outs. That one's too high for a ball. Swung on and missed for Kyla. 1-1 the count here to Kyla. 2 outs. That one's too low for a ball. Wildcats still have a shot if they can get an out and bat around quickly. They will have to be quickly as we have about 5 minutes left. Long hit out to Marple. It gets over her head. So now she's running to the fence. It was a big hit. For sure going to be a triple. We can't get it in, so she's going to go all the way home. So a home run there from Kyla Scanton. So 2 big hits in this inning have resulted in a 4-1 game, even though the Wildcats had led the whole prior. This is Emily Torrider. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Emily struck out her last at-bat. Wildcats trail 4-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Two outs, 4-1. 5 minutes left. Oop, hit her in the leg, so she will take a base.
Number 3, Cambry Tabor.
Here comes Cambry Tabor. Tabor also struck out her last at bat. Strike 1 call. Runner takes off to 2. Taylor makes the tag, but she is called safe. Nice throw from Hadley.
Good throw, Hadley. Good throw, Hadley.
Strike call. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, out 3, but the Wildcats are going to have to hurry. We were thinking that. It would be, I would hope we wouldn't have to move playing back-to-back, but no, I think it's either the Renegades or I think it's the Willard Tigers. I don't know. Maybe they're from Willard. I don't know. I mean, yes, I've lived in Oklahoma all my life, but I can tell you I've never been to Willard, if that's the case. I show that we have 3 minutes left, so we better hurry here. Yes, 70-minute drop dead. Lanier's going to start things off for the Wildcats. Lanier grounded out to second base, her first at bat. Funny things about kids these days. Stillman, last night we were talking about swimsuits, and I was trying to. Bryn stayed with us last night because we brought her up here this morning. So Bryn says, "Casey, it's fine. My dad can Venmo you. It's fine." Like nowadays, like kids our age would have never said that, and they're like, "Oh, my mom can Venmo you. It's fine. What do you have? Cash App? We can do that. How about PayPal?" Like it's. Well, we didn't end up needing anything. It was just funny because immediately all of our kids are like, well, I don't have any cash. Oh, well, my dad can Venmo you. And mine say the same thing. So it's this generation. It's just kind of funny because, yeah. So Sadie Lanier going to start things off for the Wildcats, hopefully in a big way as we have 2 minutes left. So we need a runner on, and then a home run. Really, if we could do bases loaded home run, that would solidify. But we'll take whatever we can get at this point. That one's low and in the dirt for ball one. I believe we have now 1 minute left. That one is also low and in the dirt and away. And the Intimidators have all the time, so they don't really have to hurry right now because they're ahead 4-1. Once again, we will play right after this. We'll cut the screen, and then cut the stream and then start over. But I believe we'll stay on this field just to make sure. Outside pitch for ball 3.
8 seconds.
Bottom of the 4th. Intimidators got literally all of their runs in the top of the 4th with 2 big triples, well, and 1 home run. So Lanier is going to take a walk this time. Here comes Devin. Devin took a walk her first at bat as well. She went. Strike 1. iShow game time has expired, so I'll finish up this bat. It was low and in the dirt. 1-1 the count. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Too high for a ball. Pop fly, foul, excuse me, behind the plate. 2-2 the count here to Devin. It's game time. That's ball game. All right, so the Wildcats dropped the first one in pool play, 4-1. We will be back here in just a moment with game number 2. See